Our next guest is using his experience and research to help address the nation's mental health crisis. Dr. Drew Ramsey is a leading board-certified integrative psychiatrist and leading proponent of national psychiatry and mental fitness. His new book, Healing the Modern Brain, discusses his idea that we all have the power to make lasting changes to our mental health and mental fitness, and it's helping us all improve who we are and what we do. And I'm so happy to welcome you to New York Living, Dr. Ramsey.
Marisol, it's great to be with you. Thank you.
I mean, you picked a good time to talk about all of this. The Modern Brain is a great title. Where did you come up with it?
Well, the modern brain is really thinking about our brain, beautiful brain, in this modern world, overstimulated, undernourished, underslept, overwhelmed. Yeah. And that's not what we're wired for. We're wired to move, to connect, to have a sense of purpose. And so I wrote this book right now because I think people need more of a framework. We need to stop just thinking, hey, let's treat mental illness, which is great. I'm a psychiatrist. Sure, I love doing that. But we also want to build mental fitness. All of us want to be involved in protecting our most important asset, and that's our mental health. And that's what the book's all about. It's a really action-packed guide.
I like that, an action-packed guide, because these are interesting times we're living in.
Yep.
And I do feel like this book is needed now, but I wonder why you think it might be helpful to all of us.
Well, I've been learning from New Yorkers for a long time as a psychiatrist, and New Yorkers have always been dealing with a lot of stress and doing it with incredible grace. And these are lessons that I've learned from my book, really. The reason we need it now is that we're living in the midst of a mental health epidemic. 60 million Americans are struggling. That's just depression and anxiety alone. We know there's this increased rate, adolescent depression going from when I finished residency, about 8% of teens, now up to 20% of teens. And so we need more tools, and that's really what my hope is that we all are doing more every day to think about how can I take care of my most important asset, my mental health? How can what's that next level for you in terms of your mental fitness?
Right. I'm looking at, I'm thinking about my own mental health and my children's mental health, and it's like this cyclical thing. And I know in your book you have 9 tenets of mental fitness, and I wonder if you could run through them with us.
For sure. Let's talk about the 9 tenets of mental fitness. And it's in some ways this parental anxiety you mentioned. I just wanted to do more for myself, for my family, for my kids, and just be nervous and talk about the stats. It's like, hey, let's do something. So the 9 tenets of mental fitness, I think we all agree on. The first is self-awareness. And self-awareness, we can't change what we don't observe. We've got to know our patterns. The next is nutrition. All this new science of nutritional psychiatry, right? What we can eat to best feed our mental health. Tenet number 3 is movement, and I tell this wonderful story about an Upper West Sider that I treated. She got better with tango dancing.
No way.
And I was recommending exercise, and she came in, and it was an amazing lesson for me as a physician of all the ways that we can move our body to help ourselves feel good. There's also great data behind that. Number 4, the tenet of sleep. We aren't getting enough, and we think about it just as rest. So much more than rest. It's actually our repair cycle and our waste removal cycle. You excrete about a teaspoon of waste out of your brain every night through this new system they discovered in the brain called the glymphatic system, right? Wow.
Holy smokes.
All great motivation to get more sleep. Tenet number 5. Wow. Connection.
Okay.
Because the thing that really is most protective for our brain, especially when we're struggling, everybody who's struggled knows this, are your relationships. But we have so much pulling us away from our relationships, so much distraction. So I really want people to invest in more connections. After in connection, we've got engagement. Boy, everybody's getting distracted. So we've got to work to have more focus, right? And to get more flexibility and more cognitive reserve. After engagement, I want people to think about grounding, nature, whether it's your houseplants with this little herb garden you tend. I really encourage people to get out into the big nature. My kind of litmus test is you don't see any people for a little bit. Nature teaches us so much. After that, and one of the reasons I want you to go into nature is the last 2 tenets. Number 8 is unburdening. My work as a psychiatrist has just taught me, it's humbled me that we all are carrying around so much in terms of trauma. And we've got to release our trauma, to release the past, to move into the present and our future. And so it's a request that we take that seriously. And the last tenet is purpose, because we know when we wake up with a meaningful sense of purpose, nothing can stop us as humans. So those are the 9 tenets to build mental fitness.
And I feel like they are all attainable and achievable?
They are.
I mean, when I heard you say I have 9, I was like, oh, that's a lot. But these are all, I mean, these are things that we're doing every day, and I think just doing them with purpose.
Yeah, and that's why they're a tenet, because there's so much argument and confusion and conversation about, like, you know, what we should do for our mental health. And I think these are all things that we can agree in. So let's invest more in them.
Right.
Let's make a commitment to ourselves, to our communities, to do more for our mental fitness.
Because if the self is good, then the community is good, and then everybody else is good.
Yes.
Now, what are some of the obstacles that folks face when they're like, okay, I know I have this issue, this challenge, whatever you want to call it. What keeps people in this sort of paralysis where they can't even get to tenet number 1?
We've made mental health a little too complicated in some ways, and we've maybe disempowered people. It's this stigmatized thing. You don't want to come and see me, a psychiatrist, and we really want to turn that on its head and change the narrative. Everybody in mental health agrees. We want people more active, more engaged. So I think one is just creating space, right? Instead of just thinking about your physical exercise, think about your mental fitness. And so these are times to do things like to journal, right? To spend a little bit more time in the produce aisle, to learn a new recipe, to try and volunteer, connect with someone in your community, really to be active. Even today, on the way here, I was like, what can I do? I held the door, I looked someone in the eye, I said, hey, good morning, you know, thank you. There's just a way that we can all do a better job every day to enhance our mental fitness.
Fantastic. I'm glad you did that. You also, in full disclosure, caught me in the middle of my mid-show snack, but you approved.
It was a great snack. Everybody would agree. Almond butter on an apple. We've got a little hydration, a little yummy fruit. We've got some fiber, got all those phytonutrients in the skin. You've got almond butter, which, yum, delicious, and also lots of fats and healthy fats to keep you full, along with vitamin E. I approved.
Day made, week made. Thank you so much, Dr. Ramsey. Thank you for joining us this morning, and congratulations on the book and on all the things.
Thank you so much, Marcel. It's great to be with you all.
Of course. You at home, do yourself a favor, pick up a copy of the book, Healing the Modern Brain, wherever you get your books.